Hey Ruki, it's me again.
Hi.
See, there's something that has been bothering me to talk about, and it's actually simple. You know, the effect of Nollywood in shaping social discourse or in shaping social
I know
engineering,
why. I know
as
why
it
you're
were.
bringing this up now because of the trending Odogu Parara. It's eating you up.
Yeah, no, the thing is, it's true, but I think it goes deeper than that. So, you know how recently the Love in Every World has been released and the buzz about it. Initially, I enjoyed the movie because of, well, Bam Bam. Like I
Yeah,
always say, what's up, Bam
the
Bam?
way she talked in that
But
movie
then
was so
again,
lovely.
I went on Twitter and somebody or a couple of persons they were not happy with the movie, and initially I felt like they were just being over, with the whole thing. But then again, they said, and let me paraphrase, that the movie is trying to reshape how the world or Nigeria views Igbo men or the average Igbo man or the average Otoku in a certain light to be like an idiot or a mumu in a certain sense. For example, in the movie, Chioma, which is Bam Bam, does not seem to know what she wants. One minute she's all over Otogo, the next minute she's just very, indifferent about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Odogo just seems to be this guy who was just stupidly in love,
Actually, look, I'm going to marry you. You're going to be my wife.
who would just do everything. Especially the part where he paused his entire life just because he was chasing Chioma. He brought all of those Atilogu dancers, buying the entire building to collect his number. And people are trying to say this is how society wants to shape the average Igbo man to look like. Because if care is not taken, the average Igbo girl is going to demand that the average Igbo man be like the Odogu Parara in Love in Every Word.
And that's when the Lulu comes in because now everybody is just saying, most girls are just saying, oh yeah, if he actually wants you, he has to fight to get you. But that part he actually body beating gave me that vibe from the first scene in Crazy Rich Asians where the lady came in and she requested for a room and she was denied. And she made a call and they bought the whole building. I actually love that part. He actually came in and that lady was trying to disrespect him to say they should send him out of the building. And he caused the gates man. He bought the building. This is my new boss. I felt that vibe. It made me smile, even though there's actually 80% of chance that can never happen. Somebody wants your number, he's just going to buy a building because he wants your number. But then some Igbo men can show off. Don't play.
Yes, that's the thing. Some Igbo men can show off. But on a larger scale, now let me digress a bit. You see, sometimes, we underplay the role or the effect of Nollywood or even Hollywood at large on how we view society. Let me give you an example. Do you remember back in the day when there was always this rumor that if you see money on the ground and you pick it, you're going to turn into a yam?
Yeah.
Or if you go to school and your classmate gives you buns and then at night you'll be hearing buns and then you flying up puff. But fun fact, do you know that all of these gimmicks that our parents used to scare us back in the day was gotten from a movie? All of them.
I would say,
And even till today, there's even, sorry to cut you short, but even till today, the whole somebody touches you in the market and then your dick will disappear. Till now, there has never been any single case where I've seen how it disappeared dick look like. But then again, the movie tries to portray all of these things, and then we believe them and we go with them.
okay, I'll say if people have naturally not seen something happen, they won't write about it. Okay, I get that there are some stories that is just out from imagination, but then there are still some stories that happened in real life and people just add to it to make it more better. So for the witches, for the
The
picking,
puff-puff.
yeah, for the witches, from most old Nollywood movies was mostly about witches, rituals, killings, and voodoos and all that. It's because of those times the diabolical act was really much those times. Now things are just different. Now it's all about love. It's all about money. It's all about body. And so I would say those times, those movies, I won't say all of them were not true, because you will hear some kind of certain story about how this and that happened. But sometimes people hear some kind of story, they'll put it into a script. So for sure, I would in a way, I believe that some certain time, maybe it has actually happened. For sure, you will not say there's nothing like juju. Are you going to deny in fact that there's
The
something
thing
like
about the thing about it is, when it comes to spirituality, in terms of our native traditional gods, is debatable. I wouldn't want to go into that. But then again, let's stick to the topic of Nollywood, old Nollywood, and the stories.
Yeah.
And so, at what point do we blur that line between their imaginative or their creative storytelling plus what is actually obtainable? Because, for example, the whole puff which is going to cover. Well, let me use another very vivid example. That when you kill somebody in like 3 days, the person's spirit will come and haunt you.
Yeah.
It used to be a thing back in the day, you know, when we're watching the classic Nollywood movie and somebody kills somebody, then you are rest assured that by the end of the movie, the person's spirit is coming to haunt. But is that really obtainable in real life?
I'm thinking, in reality, or let's say in the movie, it's not as if the person's spirit is really coming to haunt you. I think it's just your guilty conscience. You're not at peace, so you feel like you are seeing it. You feel like you are seeing that person you killed. If not, I'm not sure that really the person appears to you. You are seeing the person, and you are. You know, there's some movies you watch. You watch some kind of scary movies. Like me now, I love scary movies. I love scary movies a lot. But then sometimes I've watched scary movie. Then maybe at night I'm sleeping. I want to go and pee. I won't be able to because I've created that thing in my head. It's not in my head. I'm not feeling like, what if that thing is in the toilet waiting for me? But if I'm really pressed, I go to the speed at which because I feel like the thing is already there. So sometimes it's just the guilt or maybe the memories of the person. You're thinking of the person that you not feel like the thing is in front of you. I don't really think that, the person will really appear in spirit looking at you and you're the one that is
the guilt.
it. And most times you're the only one that is seeing it because you are the one that did it and you're the one that is thinking of it. So, and it's mostly the last memory of the person that you are seeing, how you did it.
Yeah, the guilt I can understand, but what I don't really get is where Nollywood we portray ghosts to be wearing white. They're always on white clothes, and then they're always white powders on their faces. But then again, back to the original discussion about Udogo Parara. Like, I think one thing everybody can agree with is the delusional. Even there was a recent interview of Uzo Arukwe, where he was asked if he was similar to Odogo Biora in that movie, and he said he's a different person and he doesn't have that kind of patience. So even the actor that played it is telling you that he's not like that in real life. Ladies, don't be delulu.
Well, you should no, come back and see. We're not. You brought this thing up, so you're going to finish it.